So, y'all remember this bitch from the Women's March?
I am a nasty woman.
Well, she's back. And it wasn't pretty. So we all know from the Women's March speech that Ashley Judd is a nasty woman.
Nasty woman.
However, she does stand up for issues that do need solving, as we will observe.
Hi, I'm Ashley Judd, and I'm going to do a little live post.
First, we start off with her wiping Harvey Weinstein's cum off her lips. Too soon? Yeah, I don't care.
From the airport. I'm traveling today.
I think she has some in her teeth, too.
And this is the kind of thing to me that happens, which I categorize as everyday sexism. And it's so easy to let it go, not to...
Alrighty. So here she says that there is something that happens every day that is very, very sexist. So, let's take a vote. Is it A, somebody ran up and grabbed her titties without permission? Is it B, somebody looked at her titties without permission? Or is it 3, somebody gave her a compliment? Non-sexual. Place your bets. Speak, woman! Words! Use them!
speak up, particularly when it's so easy for someone to push back and say, oh, I was just being polite or something like that. So I was coming through security and a guy said, hey, sweetheart.
He didn't!
And I said, I'm not your sweetheart, I am your client. So I was already setting a boundary.
Congratulations! You're now a bitch.
And then when I was setting my things out, he said, hey, nice dress.
Oh no! How dare he! Who raised this guy?
I didn't hear him saying anything about the attire of any of the other folks in the entire line, and I am in one of the most traveled airports in the world. I'm surrounded by lots and lots of other people in lots of different kinds of dress.
So the fuck what, you stuck-up cunt? He doesn't have to compliment everybody in the goddamn airport just to have permission to compliment you. You need to pull your head out of your fucking ass and learn how to accept a goddamn compliment. You're the reason chivalry is dying. Men are now scared to compliment women most of the time because they're afraid of getting your reaction. So fuck you for that.
I set my stuff on the doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
It's called a conveyor belt. You know this if you weren't in your Hollywood elite rich I sucked Harvey Weinstein's dick for a part in a movie fucking life. And we're actually in the real world.
And I was speaking with one of his colleagues. She was saying, do you have on high-heeled shoes, whatever? And guess what happened next?
I'm sure it's very upsetting.
He touched me.
Oh no.
She's touching me.
I'm not touching you.
You're touching me.
Not touching.
Touching me.
Like, yes, that could possibly be a problem. However, judging by your tone and the way you've reacted to two other things that are generally fine, I'm pretty sure he probably just accidentally bumped into you or something like that.
I didn't see him touch anybody else. And I turned around and I said, that was unnecessary. By the time, you know, my skin is burning, my feet are burning, it's so hard to continue to set these boundaries when someone continues to push. And then for good measure, he just said one more time, have a good day, sweetheart.
Boom! Savage!
So I have plenty of time. I'm really early for my flight, and I caught my breath and I said my prayers, and you know, my intention is to put principles above personalities. I'm not here to be controversial. I'm not here to be combative.
If you're not here to be controversial, then why are you here being controversial?
Yeah.
But I asked for a manager, and I introduced myself, and I shook his hand, and I asked for his name, and I explained the situation. And I also explained that there were lots of other people who saw it. So that's my first Facebook Live post in real life. I've got my mouthpiece in, so if I look and sound funny, that's why.
We know the truth, Ashley. We know it's jizz.
Because I know that, then these things become all about other types of femaleness, appearance, and whatever.
Oh, don't worry. This won't have anything to do with any other type of femaleness. This is just gonna have to do with what kind of a bitch you are. Oh well, but at least after this you fucked off, right?
Hi again, everyone. This is Ashley Judd from one of the busiest and largest airports in the world.
Nope, she decided to torture us with a follow-up.
And I want to give a follow-up Facebook Live. Now, I've done 2 Facebook Lives after having done none before.
Well, aren't you special?
Someone give her a cookie.
About my experience with some everyday sexism. I'm very happy to report that the manager with whom I spoke immediately apologized because I had a list of items to review with him, including being called sweetheart, after which I immediately said to the gentleman, I am not your sweetheart, I am your client.
Which still makes you a bitch.
And when I explained that was item number 1 to the manager, he said, I apologize.
Well, that was his manager's first mistake. He really should have asked you what the fuck the problem was. That's what I would have done.
And then I went through the other items, which you can see on the Facebook Live. Hey, somebody just said I'm awesome. Peace back to you.
And you probably just misread the word autistic.
He had a very long conversation with the employee, and he also assured me that their training, and everyone goes through the training uniformly, is to call people sir and madam.
Well, look, I'm sorry he called you sweetheart instead of sir, but you're just gonna have to get over it. He was trying to be polite. Isn't that good enough for you?
And that touching someone is totally inappropriate.
Not touching you.
You're touching me!
And that he would be having a second and longer conversation with the gentleman in person when things were quieter.
And the conversation probably went something like this. Now, what did we learn today, young man? When you see an angry old lesbian with jizz in her mouth walking through the airport line, don't call her sweetheart. Exactly. Otherwise, they might go all #MeToo on your ass. And we don't want that.
And he gave me 2 3-pound vouchers for coffee, which I thought was a very nice touch. And I also spoke with the manager about how our dream, our ideal, would have been that we would do this little Facebook Live post together, but because he was in uniform, he wasn't able to do that.
Or maybe if he got a little bit of common sense, maybe he just said that shit to shut you up and rejected your live stream idea because he didn't feel like being broadcast in front of the world as the guy who punished his employee for being nice.
And I think it's really important if we're discussing a problem also to highlight a solution, which is why I want to celebrate that manager. And I'm also, of course, going to fill in a form so that his manager knows what a great job he did hearing this complaint.
Great job. You got a little bellboy in trouble for being nice, and you're promoting the manager that got after him for being nice. I think calling you a cunt is actually being nice, because you are way worse than a cunt. I don't even know what to describe you as. Other than the fact that you're just a disgusting person who needs to learn how to take a fucking compliment.
And he also said something which I will not be able to duplicate as pithily as he put it, but he said something like, just because 99 people don't speak up doesn't mean it's okay. And the one person who does speak up is the person who can help employees realize that it is inappropriate to use that kind of language in the workplace.
Nothing about what he did was inappropriate. Based on the other 2 complaints you have, I'm not even sure if the touching was a big problem. I'm pretty sure it was just an accident. I'm willing to put money on that it was an accident.
So, thanks everybody for following. Y'all are so good to me, which I appreciate. Here's my friend Moira. We're traveling together. And you should see where we're sitting. We are literally squatting under some stairs.
I could make another joke involving Harvey Weinstein and squatting, but I'll let you guys make something up for that. Like, how does somebody get that bitter that compliments are harassment and worthy of reporting to the manager? I can't even think about it. It's making my head hurt. This is pure bullshit. There's no other way to describe it. This is pure bullshit. This is why chivalry is dying. This is also claiming sexism where there is none, and is taking the focus off of actual sexist problems. For example, this fucking egghead I had an argument with the other day, who decided to tell a victim of sexual abuse that she should just suck up her PTSD and get a job. That is an actual problem. A little bellhop calling you sweetheart and complimenting your dress is not a problem. You stuck up bitch. Anyway, guys, that is gonna wrap it up for this week. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like, please share it on social media. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at hey_dude77. And I will see you next week. Catch y'all later.